you head east and find yourself in what used to be a brewery in Norfolk in the 1430s. To get our eye into what real Middle English really looked and sounded like, maybe, we're going to use as a sample the book of Marjorie Kemp, her autobiography. For our super close reading, we're only going to use a few sentences of hers. So, with the sentence that starts on line 18. Then the said creature, right? Then the aforesaid creature come to wetten his will. Then the aforesaid creature came to know his will. So this is otherwise pretty readable to us, except the word wetten, which comes from the verb to wit, to know. And it has the N ending because verbs in the infinitive, as in to know, in Middle English often take the N at the end. So then the said creature came to know his will. And spak, the past tense of speak, where I might expect spoke, so there's a vowel shift there, and spak with his motor and with him. Then the said creature came to know his will and spoke with his mother and with him, and had rith good cheer of him bothen. Right? Now that's interesting, right? The third person plural dative case, where I would expect of them both, I get of hem bothen. Right? So the third person dative case in this case is hem, not them, as I would expect it. Then the priest took a book and read therein. Then the priest took a book and read therein how our Lord, seeing the city of Jerusalem, wept thereupon, rehearsing the mischiefs and sorrows, wept thereupon, rehearsing the mischiefs and sorrows. So far, so good, right? The sentences we have so far. Then the aforesaid creature came to know his will, and spake, with his mother and with him, and had right good cheer of them, hem, both. Then the priest took a book and read therein how our Lord, seeing the city of Jerusalem, wept thereupon, rehearsing the mischiefs and sorrows that should come thereto. So here the modal auxiliary, what I would expect should, has a sound of right? What we represent in IPA with precisely that symbol. Should come thereto, it seems. So Kemp's Middle English pronounces that word differently than I would. For she knew not the time of her visitation, for she knew not the time of their visitation, right? Here, the much like we saw hem, right, for the third person plural dative pronoun, where I would expect them, here we have of their visitation, that is the visitation of the mischiefs and sorrows. When they visit, right, here it is the genitive, the possessive, or their visitation. Here, where I would expect their, it's here, right? For she knew not the time, or I should say knew, because Middle English is always phonetic, no silent letters, of hier visitation. When the said creature, that is Marjorie herself, heard redden, right, heard read. Here it's a past participle that is just formed again, this time with the N. So the past participle of read, redden, is similar to the infinitive of wit, to wit, wetten. When the said creature heard redden how our Lord wept, then wept she sore and cried loud. Then she wept sorely and cried loud. Notice there's no affix here marking the adverbs. The priest, ne his mother, no knowing, no cause of her weeping. The priest nor his mother, knowing no cause, notice the negations here, of her weeping. We'll pause there. So again, when the said creature heard read how our Lord wept, then wept she. Notice the syntactical shift here. I would say she wept sorely, sore, and cried loudly. Neither the priest nor his mother, the priest ne his mother, knowing no cause of her weeping, knowing any cause, I might say, of her weeping. So we notice the rules for negation have shifted here too.